Hi, I'm Chris Sartory, a librarian here at Oceanside High School.
I'm Heidi Burns. I'm a librarian at School 5 and School 8 in Oceanside.
And we are part of the library! When we're not playing the piano, we like to read books. So what I'd like to do right now is read a favorite passage from the chapter called Something in Common. My favorite quote. You're going to read yours after, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here's my favorite quote. But he knew what she meant. His mom was her daughter, and she was the most important person either of them knew. That was a lot to have in common. So you know what that means. They both loved the same person, and what more could you have in common?
Big aha moment.
What was your favorite passage?
Mine was in the chapter right after that called The Truth.
You love the truth, Heidi.
I do love the truth. And the comment, the quote that I like is, if you speak the truth,
Which you do.
the monster whispered in his ear, you will be able to face whatever comes. I think I kind of live by that. What do you think, Mrs.
I
Sartori?
think it's your mantra. You face the truth. Every day of her life, Heidi speaks the truth. And your truth should be A Monster Calls this summer. That's why I'm so happy. I mean, we really have an important time.
Finish?
We have an
Wow, that's
important
like
time.
major.
If I could summarize the book with a song to go with it. You ripped my heart out of my chest. I mean, it was a journey. It was an emotional journey, the whole book. I wasn't prepared for it. You know, I looked at the cover and I thought, oh, this is going to be good. It's going to be a cute story.
Right.
There's a monster. And really, it turned into this intense,
Deep.
voyage. Don't you think?
Always figuring out whether this monster is real. Is it in his imagination?
This
Or is he
psychology that went into
deep,
this.
deep.
Psychology.
We need your deep music now.
Yeah, that's what I would say. It's definitely an emotional journey. I cried. I will say I cried.
I
Did you
cried.
cry?
Part of me wanted the mom to have this miraculous cure, but that's not real. So we knew that couldn't happen. Is that a spoiler?
You know what? You have personal background in this too.
I do. I do.
So how was
I could
that?
relate to a lot of what
you
he
could
went
relate
through.
to a lot of
Definitely.
what he went through.
Yeah.
So
Tough
that's
journey.
interesting.
Could have used a monster. Could have used a monster.
Oh, Heidi. Oh my goodness. So would you say this would have been helpful when you were going through your emotional
Definitely. I think for
journey?
any kid that was going through
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
any kind of a loss almost, stepping them through the process of that in a very real but raw
Yeah.
kind of way.
It makes you feel like you're not the only one,
Yeah.
in a way.
How would I have changed the ending? I don't think that I would have. I'm not a big believer in making things all nice and tied up and happy in books at
Because
this
you
age
like the
level. Truth, yeah. It's more put it out there and how to handle it rather than don't put it out there at all.
Yeah.
Because what's the benefit of that, right?
You're right.
So I think that's Are we going to do a spoiler alert here if I say something?
No, we can't give away the ending, right? Can we? No, we can't give away the ending.
It could have gone a few more minutes into what was happening,
There could
but I
have been
kind
more
of
positive hints of what was going to happen in this child's life. That would have helped me a little bit. It ended a little too abruptly.
it did. It was a little abrupt, and you always look at those pages and say, I hope this isn't an afterward. I hope this is another chapter, and of course
Right,
it isn't.
right,
It's an
right.
afterward.
You're absolutely right about
So
that.
we fill in some of the details ourselves, one way or the other.
We do. I think that the author wants his readers to remember that Connor survived the journey and is stronger at the end of it. And that's really the most important thing. That's the profound
As hard as
message.
it was.
As hard as it was, he made it through. We all have to go through journeys. He did. He got through. He did what he had to do. He created what he had to create to help him survive it psychologically.
And that was his coping.
And that was his coping mechanism. Yes. We all have coping mechanisms.
What would I say to the community that reads this book? First of all, thank you so much for everybody who did read it, because we're big believers and bringing people together
Yes.
through books. I can think of many books that would have had a big impact on the public.
Yes.
I think that if you take a larger message out of this, that deal with adversity, whatever kind of adversity it is.
Yes.
Like you said, your coping mechanism may appear to be a monster, may appear to be something ugly and scary, but follow it to the end. Don't be afraid by...
Push through the fear.
Yeah.
Push it.
Push through the fear and know
Oh, yeah.
that something positive
Push
comes
it.
out at the end.
Remember
And
that
make
one?
sure you
Push
read the
it.
next read aloud, community read aloud.
Yeah.
We should make it funny because we're so much better at funny.
I know, but I think what I was going to say about this is that this is a great book to read with a partner. Because isn't everything better with a partner?
You read it with your son.
I did.
I'm so jealous. I'm trying to get my daughter to read it, but how much did you have to pay?
$20.
Oh, I offered that. That's not enough money.
$20 for him to do that little thing.
She
but-
wouldn't take 20. Maybe I should try 25.
Well, what I was going to say is this is the kind of book that is amplified with a partner. And especially if you want to read this with a small child, it's always better to read something like this.
You could, because you could edit out parts that you didn't think were appropriate.
Or just guide them through if they don't understand it. Explain things.
Yeah, I really think it is a pretty large audience that
That's our thing, reading.
we love it.
We like it.
Read, 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 read. Read, read, read. We got it. Nailed it.
Get reading. What are you waiting for?
Can we play now?
Yeah, you do it.